If you're over 60 and you've stopped exercising because you're afraid of hurting your knees, your back, or your hips, I completely understand. That fear is real, and honestly, it's smart, because the wrong exercises at the wrong intensity can absolutely make joint problems worse. But here is the exciting news. Avoiding exercise entirely is far more dangerous than doing it correctly. And there is a way to build real, functional strength without putting any stress on your joints at all. The answer is your wall, that flat, sturdy surface in every room of your home that you walk past 100 times a day without ever thinking about it. Your wall is the safest, most joint-friendly piece of exercise equipment that exists. It supports your body weight. It eliminates the risk of falling. It keeps your spine aligned. And it lets you control exactly how much effort you put into every single movement. No gym, no machines, no getting on the floor, no impact. Just you, your wall, and 4 exercises that can rebuild your strength from your shoulders all the way down to your ankles. Research from the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that wall-based isometric exercises, which are exercises where your muscles work against a fixed surface without moving through a range of motion, reduced blood pressure more effectively than any other type of exercise, more than walking, more than cycling, more than traditional strength training. And a separate study from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity showed that adults over 65 who performed supported bodyweight exercises like wall movements maintained 73% more muscle mass over a 5-year period than those who did no strength training at all. So if you think wall exercises are too easy or too gentle to make a difference, the science says otherwise. These movements are simple, yes, but simple does not mean weak. Simple means sustainable. And sustainable is what builds strength that lasts. Before we jump into the exercises, I want to hear from you. Where are you watching from today, and how old are you? I personally read every comment, and I'm always curious to know who's in our community. Drop your location and your age below right now. And while you're there, tell me which joints give you the most trouble. Is it your knees, your back, your shoulders, your hips? Let me know, because I create videos based on what you tell me you need. Now let's get into the 4 exercises. I've arranged them in a specific order that works your body from top to bottom. Upper body first, then core, then lower body. This sequence ensures that each exercise warms up the muscles that the next exercise will need, and I've saved the most powerful one for last, so make sure you stay until the end. Exercise number 4, the wall push-up. We're starting with your upper body because this is the area that loses strength the fastest after 60, especially in women. And when your arms, chest, and shoulders weaken, everyday tasks start to feel impossible. Pushing a heavy door open, lifting a bag of groceries onto the counter, getting yourself up if you fall, pushing yourself out of the bathtub, all of these require pushing strength. And pushing strength comes from your chest, your shoulders, your triceps, and the stabilizing muscles along your spine. A traditional floor push-up is one of the best exercises ever invented for building this strength. But for most people over 60, getting on the floor is either painful, scary, or simply not possible. The wall push-up gives you every benefit of a floor push-up with none of the risk. The angle reduces the load on your wrists, shoulders, and lower back by about 60% compared to the floor version. But your muscles still work through the full pushing pattern, and as you get stronger, you can increase the difficulty gradually without ever touching the ground. Here is how to do it. Stand facing a wall about 18 inches away. Place your palms flat on the wall at shoulder height, slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Your fingers should point upward. Now slowly bend your elbows and lean your chest toward the wall. Keep your body in a straight line from your head to your heels. Don't let your hips sag forward or your back arch. Lower yourself until your nose is about 3 inches from the wall. Then press yourself back to the starting position by straightening your arms. The key is the tempo. Take 3 seconds to lean in and 2 seconds to push back. This slow, controlled movement forces your muscles to work harder than a fast, bouncy motion ever could. You should feel your chest, the front of your shoulders, and the back of your upper arms working with every repetition. Do 10 repetitions, rest for 30 seconds, then do 10 more, total time about 2 minutes. Now here is the important detail most people miss. When you push yourself away from the wall, engage your core. Tighten your abdominal muscles as you press back. This turns a simple arm exercise into a full upper body and core movement. Your arms push, but your core stabilizes. That combination is what builds the functional strength you need for real life. If 18 inches from the wall feels too hard, step closer. Even 6 inches from the wall gives your muscles meaningful work. As you get stronger week by week, take one small step back from the wall. That tiny increase in distance progressively loads your muscles exactly the way they need to grow. This is progressive strength training at its simplest and most effective. Exercise number 3, the wall lean with rotation. This exercise targets your core, your obliques, and your spinal stabilizers, the muscles that keep your trunk steady when you reach, twist, bend, or carry something. Most people think core training means lying on the floor doing crunches. But crunches are actually one of the worst exercises for seniors because they compress the spine and strain the neck. The wall lean with rotation trains your core more effectively, more safely, and while standing upright. Here's how to do it. Stand with your back flat against the wall. Your feet should be about 12 inches away from the wall. Press your entire back, your shoulders, and the back of your head against the wall. Now extend both arms straight out in front of you at chest height with your palms pressed together. This is your starting position. From here, slowly rotate your upper body to the right. Keep your hips facing forward and your back pressed against the wall. Only your shoulders and arms rotate. Turn as far as you comfortably can, then hold for 2 seconds. Slowly return to center, then rotate to the left. Hold for 2 seconds. Return to center. You will feel this in your obliques, the muscles on the sides of your waist, and deep in your core. The wall prevents you from cheating the movement by swaying or shifting your hips. It forces your core to do all the work, which is exactly what makes this exercise so effective. Do 8 rotations to each side. That is 16 total. Rest for 20 seconds. Then do 8 more to each side. Total time about 2 minutes. But here is what most people don't realize about this exercise. Every time you rotate your spine against the resistance of the wall, you're improving the mobility of your thoracic spine. That's the mid-back region that stiffens up dramatically after 60. When your thoracic spine is stiff, your lower back compensates by moving more than it should. That compensation is one of the leading causes of chronic lower back pain in older adults. By restoring rotation to your mid-back, you actually reduce the stress on your lower back. So this one exercise improves your core strength, your spinal mobility, and your lower back pain all at the same time. If extending your arms feels too tiring, you can hold your hands closer to your chest instead of reaching them out. This shortens the lever arm and makes the rotation easier while still activating your core. As you get stronger, gradually extend your arms further from your body to increase the challenge. Exercise number 2, the wall sit. Now we move to the exercise that rebuilds the most important muscles for daily independence, your quadriceps. These are the large muscles on the front of your thighs, and they are responsible for every sit-to-stand movement you make. Getting up from a chair, getting up from the toilet, getting out of a car, climbing stairs, lowering yourself into a seat with control instead of dropping. When your quads weaken, all of these movements become difficult, then frightening, then impossible without help. The wall sit strengthens your quads intensely without any impact on your knee joints. Your knees stay in a fixed position. There is no bending and straightening under load, no grinding, no compression, just sustained muscle activation that builds strength safely. Here is how to do it. Stand with your back flat against the wall. Walk your feet forward about 18 inches. Now slowly slide your back down the wall until your knees are bent to about 30 to 45 degrees. You do not need to go to a 90-degree angle. Even a slight bend creates significant muscle activation. Once you're in position, hold it. Press your entire back flat against the wall. Keep your head against the wall. Do not look down. Keep your weight in your heels, not your toes, and breathe. This is critical. Most people hold their breath during isometric holds. Don't. Breathe in through your nose for 3 counts, out through your mouth for 3 counts. Steady and rhythmic. Hold the position for 15 seconds, then slowly slide back up. Rest for 30 seconds. Hold again for 15 seconds. Rest again. One more hold for 15 seconds. 3 holds total. That takes about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Your thighs will start to shake. That's normal. That shaking means your muscle fibers are being recruited and challenged. The shaking is where strength is built. If 15 seconds is too long, hold for 10. If 15 seconds feels easy, slide down a little lower or hold for 20. But here is the part that surprised me when I first read the research. A comprehensive meta-analysis published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine in 2023 found that isometric exercises like wall sits lowered systolic blood pressure by an average of 8.24 points. That was more effective than walking, running, cycling, or traditional weight training. So while your quads are getting stronger, your cardiovascular system is getting healthier. You're building leg strength and protecting your heart with the same exercise at the same time. Exercise number 1, the wall-supported heel raise. I saved this for last because it targets the muscle that matters most for two things every senior needs: circulation and balance. Your calf muscle. Doctors call it the second heart because every time your calf contracts, it squeezes the deep veins in your lower leg and pushes blood upward toward your heart against gravity. When your calves are weak, blood pools in your lower legs. That's the swelling, the heaviness, the cramps at night, and the cold feet. But your calf also controls your ankle stability, and ankle stability is the first line of defense against falls. When you step on an uneven surface, it's your calf and ankle muscles that react in milliseconds to keep you upright. If they're weak, that reaction is too slow, and you go down. The wall gives you the perfect support to train your calves safely without any balance risk. Here is how to do it. Stand facing the wall about 6 inches away. Place your fingertips lightly on the wall for balance. You're not leaning on the wall. You're just touching it for security. Feet hip-width apart, flat on the floor. Now slowly rise up onto your toes as high as you can go. Squeeze your calves hard at the top. Hold for 2 full seconds. Then slowly lower your heels back to the floor over 3 seconds. That slow lowering is called an eccentric contraction, and research shows it builds strength up to 40% faster than just dropping back down. 1 second up, 2 seconds squeeze at the top, 3 seconds down. That's 6 seconds per repetition. Controlled and deliberate. Do 15 repetitions. Rest for 20 seconds, then do 15 more. Total time about 3 minutes. Now here is the common mistake that ruins this exercise. Going fast, bouncing up and down on your toes like you're in a hurry. That does almost nothing for your calves or your circulation. The pump only works when you squeeze hard at the top and lower slowly. Every fast bounce is a wasted repetition. Slow down. Feel the contraction. Let the muscle do its job. Once this feels comfortable, try the single leg version. Keep your left foot flat on the floor and raise only your right heel. This doubles the load on one calf. Do 10 on one side, then switch. Single leg raises are significantly more powerful, but only progress to them when the 2-leg version feels easy. Within the first week of doing these daily, most people notice their ankles are less swollen in the evening. Within 2 weeks, nighttime cramps begin to fade. Within a month, that heavy, tired feeling in your legs starts to lift, and your balance begins to improve noticeably. You're not just building strength, you're restarting the pump that keeps your entire lower body healthy. Now you have all 4 exercises. Here is your complete wall routine. Write this down or save this video. Wall push-ups, 2 sets of 10 reps, about 2 minutes. Wall lean with rotation, 2 sets of 8 reps each side, about 2 minutes. Wall sit, 3 holds of 15 seconds, about 2 minutes 30 seconds. Wall supported heel raises, 2 sets of 15 reps, about 3 minutes. Total time, under 10 minutes, 10 minutes. 4 exercises, 1 wall, no floor work, no equipment, no joint stress, no risk of falling. Do this routine 3 to 4 times per week. On rest days, your body rebuilds the muscle fibers you just challenged. Rest is not laziness. Rest is when construction happens. Think of exercise as drawing the blueprints for a stronger body. Rest days are when the construction crew shows up and builds it. And here is one thing I want you to remember. You do not need to go hard. You need to go consistently. A 2024 study confirmed that progressive strength training done gradually and consistently is the gold standard for reversing muscle loss at any age. That means starting where you are today, even if that's wall push-ups from 6 inches away and wall sits that only last 8 seconds. That's your starting line, not your finish line. Every week, add 1 repetition, hold for 2 more seconds, or step 1 inch further from the wall. Small improvements stacked over weeks create transformations that shock people. Now here is my challenge to you. Try this routine today, right now if you can. Just find a wall, any wall in your house, and do all 4 exercises. Then come back to this video in 30 days and tell me what changed. Tell me if your arms feel stronger, if your legs feel more stable, if getting up from a chair feels easier, if climbing stairs feels less daunting. Write something like, week 1, I could only hold the wall sit for 10 seconds. Week 4, I held it for 30. I read every single comment. And when you share your progress, you show someone else that it's possible. Someone who's been sitting on the couch convinced that their body is past the point of improvement. It's not. You're about to prove that. If this video helped you, share it with someone who has stopped exercising because they're afraid of hurting their joints. someone who thinks strength training isn't for them anymore, someone who doesn't know that their wall is the safest gym they'll ever need. They need to see this. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a new video. And if your legs feel heavy, swollen, or crampy by the evening, head over to this video where I show you the one exercise that fixes poor leg circulation. It's the perfect companion to what you learned today. I'll see you there. 2.